Hey everyone. Here we are once again, rooting for the good guys. Welcome back. Odyssey of the Dragonlords. What happened last time? Well, there was quite a muck a run in the city of Mytros, mostly by our antagonists. They caused quite a disruption amongst the city, but it's okay. Maybe we can correct some of that today. We don't have Andromeda with us, and we're going to say that she's off at the courts of Mytros, handling fallout of what might or might not have occurred directly at the hands of the Chosen.
Not my fault.
Maybe she's fighting for the rights of these caged and trussed up sentient beings that were held by the Collector, whose tent is collapsed and he's no longer running his business in the Agora.
Good.
Okay, that's one opinion.
Great.
But without, yeah. Okay, everybody wants to pipe in, sure. Yeah. But we do have somebody back with us, and as the Chosen are milling about the Agora and watching the wrap up of the chaos that has unfolded there, Delta rejoins the crew.
Yeah, so I'll walk up and Delta is fully rogue hooded right now. Very much trying to conceal her identity. And she won't really announce herself. She'll just be in the group again.
Kira will be like, "Hey, Delta! Look, everybody, it's Delta!"
Wow. I mean...
Hey, Delta.
Where have you been?
I saw an old friend of mine and needed to go have a chat.
Oh. Well, we've had quite some fun walking about the city of Mytros. This is Sala.
Oh yeah.
There's a young nobleman, merchant nobleman, sort of in the background near Naya, saying, "Hi."
Being from Mytros, would I know of Stala, or would I have to wait for a last name reveal?
No, you would probably know. The Nerdagans are like the nobles of the city, pretty much. So you probably get a sense of, I know him. He's that crazy kid that hangs out with his gang of noble merchant kids. Yeah, the
spoiled rich kids.
Yeah, they're like the spoiled rich kid group. Yeah, and they're always hanging out around the temple, and they want to
picking on the protagonists of the teen movies that take place in the city.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Hey, where you going, Phalos? Nowhere.
Yeah. So he's there. He's like, "Hey," it's like inching closer to Naya.
I'm inching away, so it's
okay. Right.
We're always in a slow orbit here.
You're like magnets.
Delta, you could give this guy a hard look. I mean, just saying.
Wow.
I'll give him a stone cold glare.
That's right. Just saying. And you know what's going on, right, Delta? You heard the rumors?
Yes, do you know the Lady of Coin? Is that what she's called?
Have you heard about that?
Lady of Coins.
There's some crime fighter meeting out stony justice in the city.
You'll see kind of almost like a flinch or like a pained look across Delta's face, or what you can see of it right now. Yes, who hasn't heard of her here in Mytros, really?
Well, it's like I've heard of her. Do you know her? Wait a minute. Why are you wearing a hood? It's warm out.
None of your business, that's why.
Is that Sala?
Mhm.
Sala, don't ask questions. That's rude.
just full stop.
That's nice.
Just don't ask questions at all.
Wow.
Wow.
Sulla, you're being really confrontational with any question right now.
Yeah. Do not be intellectually curious moving forward.
Ask no one for the
I'm
time.
learning so much from you, Naya. I appreciate it. I'll stop. I'll think about what I've done.
Sulla will remember this.
And a thumbs up, Delta. That's done.
Here is like, okay, well, we've seen a lot of the Temple District and the Noble District, but we haven't really checked out the harbor or Stygian Row. I mean, now that the Delta's back with us, she
Go
know
back
all
into
about
Stygian Row.
Yeah, I could guide you all around Stygian Row if you like. Did everyone get a rest earlier? I'm feeling a little tired, but I mean, we can keep going if we...
Oh, you went to the bathhouse last time.
We did, yes.
We did. It was nice.
I feel great.
All right.
You can, since you weren't with us last time, Delta could have had a long rest, or
She took a power nap.
Have a long rest, yeah.
All right.
Well, Sala was going to show me the special potions at the potion shop, but after that, we're supposed to be investigating this cult of Lutheria if we care to do favors for those that could do it themselves.
Special potions?
Yeah, Sala, you were going to throw around your largesse, if I recall.
Oh.
I think his ass is medium-sized, from what I can see. At least.
Do you want to go to? There's a place called Zoran's Concoctions.
Yeah,
and shop in the Agora.
We have money if we want to spend some, and I figure a potion shop is a good place to touch base. There's also the armory if anybody needs anything, but we've actually, I think, lucked out pretty well in this.
We're pretty well kitted.
I think we're flush with
I
don't.
Stuff.
We've got stuff we have to level up to use.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, we got to try to. Right.
Someone had to change their build to use all the sweet gear we got.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let's check out the potion shop. We don't have to spend a ton of time there if you want to just open up the menu and and speed run it. But because I think we should get into Stygian now that we've got Delta back.
Yep, Zorn's Concoctions is it's run by human mage, older guy. He's typical disgruntled mage. It's like, yeah, come on in. I just do potions for a living, so.
He's not into sapient being trafficking. Then I think we can probably get out of here without breaking any more laws.
You want the collector's tent?
No, thank you.
Oh, okay.
It's in disrepair.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Debt repair, one of them.
So there's a hooded cockatrice running around the city, so.
Right. And it's in a cheetah. Yeah.
A cheetah, a bear. The cheetah's going to get tired, so that's fine.
Oh, right. Yeah, so Zoran sells potions of healing for 200, potions of heroism for 200. He sells a game called 20 Squares. That costs 800. There's a necklace of adaptation.
Is it a necklace of what?
Adaptation.
Sounds neat.
That's pretty good if you don't want to drown.
Periapt of health. And
that is amazing.
A Bola talisman amulet. Yeah, I'd have to look some of these things up.
Yeah.
How much is the Periapt of health?
Periapt of health is 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
How much?
Figured.
How much cash do we have?
That's a great question.
Okay, so let me get to that tab.
Like how our bookkeeper is the forest nymph.
Yeah.
Water
yeah,
nymph.
I don't consider this to be canon. I think Marty's the bookkeeper here.
Yeah,
Our accountant.
We had 56 platinum, 2,900 gold, 643 silver, 600 copper.
So platinum 56 is now that becomes
560.
560.
Yeah.
So we've got about 4 and change, 4,000 and change. Is that right?
Yeah.
Helping you change?
Roughly 5 and change.
3,500, I'd say.
Oh, 35.
Yeah. Roughly.
Okay, so we'll go in reverse order here. The Bula Talisman Amulet is the highest priced item. It's 2,000 gold, and it's an acorn-shaped golden amulet. It's engraved with a winged figure wielding a harp. And while you're wearing it, if your alignment is good, you have advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects cast by fiends and fey creatures.
Yeah.
Kind of specific, but there you go.
Is that a world item, or is that from the?
That is a
one of the-
treasure of Thylea.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say, yeah.
The game of 20 squares is more commonly known as the Royal Game.
Like
It's
the Royal Game of Ur?
kind
Is
of
it based
yeah.
on that?
Yep.
Cool.
It's considered to be sacred. The story goes that it's been played by gods and mortals since the dawn of time, and kings sometimes use it to resolve disputes that would otherwise result in war. And it's a 2-player game. This is 800 gold.
800, okay.
Yeah, and it is so it's a 2-player game. You move 7 pieces across the board comprising of 20 squares. Dice are rolled to determine how quickly the pieces can move, and the object is to reach the end of the 20-square course before your opponent. So it's a mix of strategy and luck, and it's protected against magical interference.
It's Candyland. Okay.
But mundane cheating.
We have this
Candyland
game.
of
probably.
Thylea.
Yeah, we have this
Yeah,
game
right.
in Theros. We call it Candyland.
Okay. A little bit of world building. Excellent. Yeah. So, anything can be wagered on the outcome of the game: wealth, power, magic, even the lives of the 2 players. And the wager is enforced by the magic woven into the fabric of the multiverse through the game itself.
Oh, wow.
And so you start the game. You have to agree on the wager beforehand. You make a blood handshake. It's customary. Cut the thumb and do that.
Blood shake.
Yep. And you make a series of 7 opposed skill checks, which represent the various strategies that can be used to win the game. And so you go through the 7 rounds. Tied skill checks have to be repeated, and one player prevails and wins the wager.
Do the skills mix up, or is it always the same skills?
The skill checks are made in this order. It's performance, insight, history, deception, intimidation, persuasion, and then perception. They're always in that order. They're always those 7.
History. What was it? Performance, insight, history.
Performance, insight, history, deception, intimidation, persuasion, and perception.
Huh.
So there you go. There's a board game.
That's
Is
interesting, especially if we want to kind of
mix with the gods or the royals.
get something out of people. It feels very Final Fantasy in a good way, like of just like oh well, or Gwent from The Witcher. Like, oh, this is really important. Would you like to play cards?
Well, there's also I think it's in Xanathar's guide, where they put out the idea that with a gaming set, you can gain insight into your opponent if you have proficiency with the set, as like how they move and whatever. You may get advantage on any sort of checks, or attacks against them, which I kind of like, just flavor-wise. I think it's kind of cool. Again, like what you were saying. But Delta, are you familiar with this game at all? Having sort of a royal godly dad, have you seen this game?
I mean, everybody's probably heard of it to some extent.
Yeah. But
Delta, whether you've actually like played it before or seen it being played, that's up to you.
I would think that because Delta kind of grew up in the more of like the dregs, that No, she's never played it before.
Hmm.
No, I'm familiar with it, but the people I usually hang out with wouldn't play this type of game. Maybe Sala would be.
Sala's like, what kind of people? Oh no, that's right. No questions.
Don't be rude.
You're learning.
Is he though? What's my insight on
Maybe
him?
he can buy us a Black
he
Lotus
really,
or something for this deck.
Is he really scoping out Delta? Like, is he trouble for Delta?
Oh no, you don't get that he's quite capable of that.
And what was the other necklace?
Oh, so there is a periaptive health.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that is standard periaptive health.
Yeah,
That lets you fall to 1 hit point instead of dying the first time.
It's a good.
Is that what it is? I thought it was.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Maybe I misread it. Hold on.
Or maybe it's both.
It maybe is both. Maybe I only read the last sentence.
Oh, I might be thinking of periaptive wound closure. Sorry.
Yeah, the other one, periaptive health, gives you a 19 con. I believe it's like the. Isn't that it?
Periaptive health is you are immune to contracting any disease.
Oh.
Is that it?
Oh, what's the one that gives you the 910?
I don't know, but I also thought it was that, and I got excited.
This
certainly isn't bad. This is quite good, even. And
it'll be a little more than 1,000.
It's only suppressed while you wear the pendant. If you have a disease, you can put it on somebody, and it negates it, but it doesn't cure it.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a good magic item, especially if we think we're going to get infected by a splinter or tetanus or something. If you're rolling on some
creature that
throws
disease at people.
Yeah.
The necklace of adaptation is the other one, which is you can breathe normally in any environment, and you have advantage on saving throws against harmful gases and vapors,
including lava.
Including lava vapors, sure.
I think the problem was I couldn't breathe in the lava last time. That's why it hurt.
Oh, I see. Breathe normally in
that
any
might make
environment.
it worse if you could
still.
I used to open my mouth. Oh, it's so good.
Comes in, goes out.
Better in than out, they always say.
It gives you lava gills, Kyros. That's how it's sold to you.
Well, I won't suffocate. The worst way to die instead of burning alive.
Burn horribly.
I don't think so.
So does the group interested in any of these items with its piles of party gold?
How big is this shop, by the way?
It's not too big. It's a small shop. It's sort of tucked away in a shady little corner of the Agora. Yeah.
I think I stepped back outside. I'm out there.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you turn a little too quickly, your javelin catches something. And
okay,
your peacock of javelins.
I know. If I break it, I buy it. I'm out here. I think we should buy potions. I think that's always a good thing to have.
How many stuffed crocodiles can one man have?
At least one.
They're so long.
Yeah, I think potions is good. I would like to point to the Bula talisman.
Okay.
That's pretty neat.
And tell Sala I would like that.
Okay. Play it. Work it, girl.
Okay. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Let's see. I just want to see because it just happens like the spell, because I do have this enthralling beauty trait, which I'm sure is why he's glommed onto me. So what is it? Persuasion with advantage, did you say?
Yes.
Or did I make up the advantage? Okay. I think I'm rolling it twice. All right, so it's 14.
14. Okay.
14.
All right. He's like, yeah, okay. Right, I got it. You want that talisman? Sure. I'll figure out a way. It's really expensive.
You can always pawn that ring.
Oh, that's right. He has the ring. Oh, you don't like rings. You like talismans instead.
They are more
All right.
useful.
Now I need to be careful not to enter a contract.
All right. Let's see. So he
Or
goes
for
up and
him to
has a
enter a contract with
conversation.
you.
Oh, he has a conversation with sort of a quiet conversation on the side with Zoran. And yeah, there's an exchange. Ring for talisman. He's like, he goes to get down on one knee to hand you the talisman.
No.
Naya?
No questions.
Oh, no question.
Questions are very rude.
Take
That's
this talisman as an agreement of our love, our betrothal, our intended betrothal between me and you. Our future together shall be forever. That didn't say a question right.
No, I'm disturbed with how cunningly you navigated that.
He's the son of a merchant ahead, one of the biggest.
Son of a merchant.
Yeah, he's got some. He's not completely incapable. He hands you the talisman.
Okay, thank you very much. I shall think on that.
He's really confused. He says, "Okay, maybe this is a cultural thing. I have to figure out."
Yeah, it's a dryad thing.
Yeah.
Yes. You must figure it out all without asking questions. So.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
You just have to make declarative statements until she agrees.
Or gives up.
Some reading to durations and things. Ooh, an hour. Okay.
I see story and I see value in the game. In getting the game.
Oh, you want to buy the game?
I'm not
It
putting any claim on it. I'm just saying I see value. I'm interested in the game. I don't need the game, but I think it is a story thing, and as like we were saying, as far as having it be in our toolkit of options, it'd be interesting, and it is setting specific. It's interesting. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 copper.
It's interesting in so much as you can set whatever stakes you want, and we could. There's a lot of Chekhov's 20 squares or whatever built into it that I admit I'm also intrigued by. But
and as a question, Garrett, would this be a downtime acquiring proficiency in the game kind of thing? Because you can have the game and be not proficient at playing it, but you know what I mean? Is this a proficiency that over a few?
It's it is pretty much Candyland, so it's not like a thing where you really need proficiency because it's played using the checks. The 7.
right.
I see.
Checks.
So proficiency comes in.
It's so straightforward.
Checks
it's
or
not like
okay, that's cool.
Yeah. That's kind of how the strategy of the game
Right.
plays out.
And what was the price of that game? Wasn't it? You say it was 800?
800 gold. Yeah.
800.
Let's see
Do I have anything I could sell?
I might.
Like six of your 8 javelins.
Never.
That's not worth that.
Although I do have hand axes, I'm not going to use those clearly. Although actually, at 6th level, I'll probably switch to a longbow for a ranged weapon. So maybe. Other than my javelin
sell weapons
of lightning.
Sure, if you want to sell any of the weapons.
Yeah,
you could trade, so.
I don't think I have anything that's going to.
I might
really make a difference.
I have an enchanted mithril spear. Or no, I have a spear, I believe.
I already liquidated all of our.
Oh, you did?
Treasures in other places. Now, but if you took possession of it, then I have not accounted for it. But
no,
yeah, like all our
breastplates and stuff like that.
All our crowns and
Yeah.
rings is.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in keeping the loot I have. I think.
Okay. Well, for 1,800, we can be out of here with 5 potions and the game.
You guys are cool with the game?
I don't think Naya has any interest in it, but as a player, I find it a very fascinating mechanic. Be interested to see what it does. I think it's an interesting tool to put in our toolbox for clever usage later.
Same.
Yeah, great.
Same.
Cool.
Kyros does
Hooray.
not get it, but Andy is interested.
Yeah.
Great.
And Kyros actually
Hooray.
shockingly would not be that bad at this game.
Oh, neat.
So he's got like half the proficiencies he needs.
All right, so I'm lining up to
You're
minus 1,800.
Basically, is it a potion of healing for everybody? One each? Is that the thought?
one each.
Cool.
Or we can make it an even $2,000 and just have an extra
Have
potion.
an extra one.
I was going to suggest us
Yes.
having at least one extra because Delta's bird,
Delta's-
Nicodemus, can be loaded
That's
up
true.
with
Good
healing
call.
potions.
Good
That is a
call.
good thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
I am
6
subtracting
potions of healing.
$2,000
And a game of 20 squares.
and a game of 20 squares.
Okay.
Shaking around. It's just Connect 4.
And it's so walking out of Zorn's concoctions and walking by Grimmick's armory, just so you're not missing out on anything. That basically is the player's handbook of things.
Okay, yeah. I don't
The only thing special at Grimmick's armory, if you're so interested, is that he is selling a single mithril ingot for 1,000 gold.
Very Mandalorian.
There is a crafting mechanic in this game.
And we're buddies with the
yeah.
god of forging. Like,
Do I need a mithril ingot for my rod that I'm going to be crafting later?
Oh,
Ooh.
That's
Don't
a good
remember.
point.
That will run us
Potentially.
very low, by the way, but it's certainly worth it, especially if one of us has a open crafting quest.
How
that'll
often do
take-
you come across mithril ingots, right? So
I can't
And
remember.
we aren't really a spending party so far, so I think we're good to run ourselves pretty lean. But just keep it in mind that we will be that will be most of our wad.
I'm just trying to remember what
oh, it's an adamantine ingot.
that I need.
Yeah. It's
Dang.
the primary ingredient is any magical mace, and then the second ingredient is adamantine.
what about me? Does anybody need mithril? I still think it may be neat to have, but
I have a
Yeah.
mithril blade already. That's what I was misremembering as the spear because they're written next to each other.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to craft or be awarded a cloak at some point, so I doubt that needs mithril.
this isn't right.
But yeah, if anybody needs it, for sure. But especially if we know we're going to need an adamantine. We're kind
Well,
of Final
I mean-
Fantasy towning this. Maybe we should wait
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
to the town to sell
Well,
adamantine.
the other idea, the other thing about it is a resource that is perhaps rare, and it might, if not used for specific quests, it could be something that we could use to barter or
Yeah,
influence another, and
we
know.
haven't really explored the Forge's options yet. But if we
Right.
can still catch Vulcan in town, we can give it to him. And basically, because I read ahead or read somewhere where the Forge can be used to like, hey, we need magic spears, we need mithril this, you gain
there are-
components. And,
There are 2 things that Vulcan can create with a mithril ingot as the primary ingredient. One is mithril chain.
Mhm.
The other is a mithril weapon +1.
Right.
Neither of which we need right
No,
now.
but weapons +1 in the future will always be helpful.
I have exactly one of those things, which I'll tell you. +1.
And I have the other.
Yeah, right. Oh, you have the chain.
Yeah, but
if
you
we-
can't
yeah.
wear it, right? Or can you?
No, yeah, I can wear that.
Because we could get Andromeda a bow, a +1 bow eventually.
Mhm.
Mm.
Unless 5e doesn't do +1 weapons, you need ammo. I can't remember.
I think. Well, the mithril would convey its benefit. I mean, I don't know how that works. Yeah, it should work for the bow. Why wouldn't it? Because it's not really. Is it the metal giving you the +1? Like, as in it touches you and wounds the thing, or is it the nature of the item itself? Like the way the magic suit is. I don't know.
I am
How much is the
content.
ingot?
1,000.
It's 1,000, right?
1,000.
Oh,
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I'm good running low.
We may not
Well,
need it.
Andy is. Kyros.
Yeah.
Kyros has a bit of dragon in him but we have the money.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
one
my-
little thing. Look at all these coins. They're more than that.
I can't
My
sleep on
only-
that. Nothing.
Yeah, my only fear with that would be if we did come up with, like, in the next town, there's an adamantine or
Right.
or whatever ingot that then we wouldn't be able to afford it at that time. And
Yeah, provided he's not going to find another buyer in the next week, I think we can leave off this and know it's here.
We can always send Sulla back to go get it.
I was just gonna say, you don't really have an ingot, do you, Naya? I mean,
Oh, I think we're pushing this luck.
No, I still have to get that acorn off of him without entering a contract. So
yeah,
I'm mono-focused on that right now.
tricky. You're playing with fire.
But just in case the thing that's going to eventually kill me is a fiend or a fae, I'm just saying.
Sulla's like, I guess, is it, you want to meet the parents first? I know. Yeah, so that offer still stands, by the way. If you want to go to the estate, introduction to Dad's still on the table.
Thank you.
maybe later.
Okay. I'll just be standing back here then.
There's a lad.
Stalking us.
Not asking any questions.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, let's walk away from this for now. I will make a note of
That it's here.
1,000 GP equals a mithril ingot.
Do we know what pricing is for adamantine ingot? Is it like 2,000 or 15? Or?
Is adamantine
cool.
a superior metal or an inferior metal to mithril generally?
That's a good question. I would think it would be superior to
Yeah.
mithril.
I would also.
It
For
wouldn't
armor.
certainly wouldn't be any less than.
Yeah.
But you know that most of the weapons and things are created from bronze
Mhm.
in Thylea. So, yeah, my guess is if you're going to come across a seller of an adamantine ingot, it's probably going to be more costly than the mithril.
If we found a whole basement, it would even be better.
Yeah, right. Okay, so having done your shopping at the Agora, let's see some of the places that you haven't visited yet. So going back through the list, the Temple District, there's the Temple of Sidon. I don't know if you really are ever intending on going there, but that's the place. The Academy. Those are the two places in the Temple District you haven't visited. The Noble District, where you're at currently, there's the Vault of Thylea, which you know is basically the bank. The Courts of Mytros, Andromeda is there at the moment.
Let's avoid that then.
Yeah. The Nerdagan Estate is right here in the Noble District. So that's really the only thing else that you have going on there. There's the harbor. The harbor itself actually has... So the harbor's positioned where there used to be these two really giant statues that were sort of built decoratively to commemorate the five, but one of them is ruined. Delta, you would know the history behind that, I think, where like back. So the rumor is, or the legend is that these sort of colossi can activate. They can become a thing that defends the city in time of need, and that actually occurred in the past hundreds of years ago, as part of like the First War, where one of the colossi fought off this great beast that was coming to destroy the city, but sank into the harbor, and so there's only one left, and it's a Colossus of Pythor.
Of course.
Of course.
Of
So
course.
you literally grew up under the shadow of your father.
Great. I love it. I mean, Delta hates it, but
Yeah,
How
right.
big is the Colossus? Is it like the one that was at
It's-
Rhodes? Like huge?
Yes,
Super
it's
huge?
huge. Yeah, it's huge.
which one of the five was the ruined one?
I think
Dedicated
it
to-
was Vulcan. was
Okay.
the other one. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So 14 on the map is the Colossus of Pythor, and then 15 is where the ruined Colossus fell from. So there's nothing there. 16 is just the dockyard. They sell like animals for sacrifice, typically, is where people will go to get that kind of stuff. And then 17 is just the fish market. So that's everything in the harbor.
Kyros.
Want to go to the fish market?
If it's on the way anywhere, it's on the way to nowhere. But if it's
Clearly
on
not
the way
on the way anywhere.
it's really out of the way. But yeah, for reference, I have the little map here. It's over here. Everything else is here.
It's literally
It's way over
one
here.
thing, not on the way to anything else. Yeah. Delta, you would know in Stygian Row things of interest. 18 would be the Siren's Roost, which you know about. 19 is the Satyr's Tail, which you've also heard of and know about. 20 is the Temple of Lutheria. And 21 is like the underground market. Sort of the market of Stygian Row. And usually there's some things going on there that are as seedy as what was happening in the collector's tent, if not more so.
Okay, so avoid black market. Got it.
Or go to black market for info on the cult of Lutheria and their wine supply.
Garrett, this might be setting specific, but 200 is pretty pricey for potions of healing. Is it a greater healing? Is there any?
I think we got fleeced because it was the nice part of town, but
That could, yeah.
Yeah.
We agreed to pay it. I just want to make sure while I'm grabbing and managing inventory that I grab the right one. Okay.
Yep.
We just
Yeah, I
overpaid.
was kind of surprised at the price myself, but it is what it is. I guess. to buy
yeah, maybe
potions of
they're
healing.
maybe the authors are like potions of healing at 50 are way too cheap.
Man,
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are people who have
The authors of the book laugh at you from afar.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, as
sleep away at night.
as Andy knows, in my homebrew, they're like $10. We've got like this is amateur. Every mage takes a potion class where they churn these out as student products like every day.
Yeah, it's just
like
Gatorade.
they're flush. Healing potions are not hard to come
I'm sure
by.
some of that is also game balance of like, oh, we handed out a javelin of light.
Yeah, look,
earlier.
we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
some
look,
so
ridiculous
it's like,
magic items already. Like,
I'm not mad at it. I genuinely am not. We don't have to do this right now, but again, as the person in charge of inventory, if you can push the game set to, I don't know, who wants it? Nyrix, you want to hold on to it?
Sure, I'll carry it.
Is there a inventory item deliverable, or should he just manually enter a custom item?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. We can look into it after the game.
Yeah, we can take a look.
I'll
Yep.
create a proxy on my sheet for now.
Yeah. Yeah, you like using your physical sheet anyway, right, Timothy? So.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay, so am I reading this map correctly in assuming that we are in the temple district that's kind of like up on one of these hills? The noble district is up on the other hill, and then Stygian Row is between those two hills.
That's correct. Yeah, Stygian Row is like the valley between the two hills.
Cool. Great. Cool.
Yeah, one is temple.
Literally
10
under the
is
shadows of everything, not just
Yeah.
the Colossus of Pythor.
So, I've got some things. Want to run by you, Garrett, see if this is... So, I have a feature as an urchin that allows me to lead my companions, people who I consider my companions, and travel between any two locations in the city twice as fast as speed would normally allow.
Oh, okay.
Can I not include Scylla as one of my companions that I'm meeting?
trying to lose this boy.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
What?
Love
I'm
that.
going to tell him, "Hey, Scylla, we're going to meet up with you. We're heading to the noble's place, but I've got to check up on something real quick that I want to bring these guys with me." So he thinks that we're heading towards the nobles area, but I'm actually going to lead us twice as fast into Stygian.
We'll meet you at the Orange Julius.
Yeah.
We are not going to the Arctic
Wow.
Radius.
And if we get
We're going
separated, stay where you are. It's the quickest way that we'll find you.
Or like
Don't look for the 7-foot tall lion man. Gotta go.
it's like not so much that I'm like I'm trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, we're totally just heading towards the noble district so that he doesn't get that we're going towards. So it's
Right.
like it's in the same direction. So
Yes.
if he sees us heading in that direction, he totally thinks we're heading that way. But
Yep, I love it. All right, so you ditch Sulla.
yes.
Okay, you
and
use your background feature and ditch Sulla, and now you're all in Stygian Row.
okay, so on the way to Stygian Row, I also would like to inform my companions once we've lost Sulla. So here's the thing. Mytros is not a great place for me to be currently.
Oh, you could have stopped at not a great place. But yes,
Also that, yes.
yeah. No, it's terrible. Would you like to leave?
Well, if possible, could you guys maybe help me clear my name?
What, you
Yes.
had like some unpaid parking tickets? Or
It probably has to do with yes. So you're being set up, or is this a bizarre coincidence?
So yeah, you've heard of Lady of Coins?
Yes, I'm ahead of you. I know what you're talking about. Yes, the others might not, but I have this new hat, so it helps me out. Anyway,
So to give you some backstory, when the last time that I was in Mytros, it was getting a little hot for me here as a Medusa.
understood.
So basically, I was being framed as the Lady of Coins.
but oh no. To be
Who
clear,
framed
you
you?
are not the Lady of Coins.
No, Kyros.
It was getting hot for you as a Medusa. So like the snakes were really active because they're cold-blooded, and they were like really like. Hard to
You
manage.
probably got to sun yourself, right?
I get that humidity really
a
works.
lot less active at night.
It's really hard on my hair too.
Do you want the mouse?
I mean, yes, but that's unrelated.
Here you go.
It was getting hot for me in the sense that I was afraid of being arrested or otherwise tried as the Lady of Coins when...
Being racially profiled.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, whatever will help you. Or we can leave.
We can frame the cockatrice for it.
Yeah.
There is that.
No, we could just go. Yeah, we got to find a boat, right? Let's go find a boat.
But if you would like to be able to return to your home, yes, we do have to find a boat. That is more important than pursuing Valis's local politics. But
There are boats everywhere.
if you would feel more comfortable knowing that you could return to your home city, then yes. I will help clear your name.
That would be great.
Delta
Yes.
did not do it. She didn't do it. No, see this guy.
Here's
No,
like,
not looking
yep,
at me.
writing that down.
Be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool.
Thanks, Naya.
Be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool.
So I've heard that some associates of the Lady of Coins frequent a place called the Satyr's Tail. So if
Are you? You're known in this city, yeah?
amongst some, yes.
Is it safe for you to go there?
Satyr's tail. I get it.
Good old goat butts.
Yep. I get it. It sounds like a satyr named it for sure.
I'm doing my
Try to
best
pay attention, Naya.
You guys are talking way up here. Down here.
Everybody take a knee.
I'm doing
Get us
my
some
best
snacks.
to conceal my identity, but
Okay.
Yeah, we're not the most inconspicuous. I never remember which one is which. It's like flammable and inflammable. Why do they mean the
Right.
same thing?
Yeah, that seems.
I am both flammable and inflammable. That makes no sense. Anyway, so we need to go to the satyr's butt, or we should avoid it.
well, if we would like to find out more information, possibly about the cult that the Lady of Coins runs, that might be a good place to start, or
So
to
we're gonna
find
go
someone that might lead us to her.
So we'll make a deep
Okay.
probe at the satyr's butt.
Get right up in
In
there.
so
Yeah.
many words.
Yeah, whatever you need,
I
Delta.
feel like the
I will-
setup is there.
I will help you.
I've always
Thank
got
you.
your back. And
Thank
your
you.
front, since I'm usually in front of you.
I understand.
Yes.
So in Stygian Row, you're heading to the Satyr's Tail.
Yeah.
Sounds great. What street meat would you recommend while we're walking?
Fish on a stick.
I don't think fish on a stick.
Stuffed mouse.
If it's a harbor
Is it
town, I
cooked,
feel
or
like
is
they
it
would have that.
Or is it just on a stick?
Give me your finest fish head, sir.
He's like, fish head, you mean the stuff we get rid of? He just puts it on a stick for you, and he's like, here you go.
Is it discounted?
Yeah, it's yours.
Food has never hurt me.
Delta knows the secrets to getting free food.
Yeah, right.
Just
Yeah,
have
you're
to
like,
eat what nobody else wants.
Yeah, you're like one of the traveling, chef shows or
Yeah.
whatever, coming back to your like hometown and knowing all the culture and the food and like where to go. It's like, oh, this street vendor's got the best such and such.
Yeah.
And,
Travel
I
hacks.
don't know, what's the one thing Delta liked the most eating street food growing up in Stygian Row? Was it fish on a stick or was it something else?
Yeah, probably fish heads
Just
on a
fish-
stick.
Fish heads on a stick. All
Oh
right.
god, this is painting such a bleak picture.
The most expensive part was the stick.
That's whenever Kyros asked the price, I'm thinking, well, it's just the price of the stick. I don't think that's anything.
I'll take a used stick. I don't care.
It's fine.
You could bring your own
Used
stick.
Fuck the stick. Just put them in my
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, I-
Hand stick.
I think he's just got a sack of fish heads at this point. Just-
Oh no, that's code. He's got to put it on a stick.
okay, fine.
Yeah, that's the proper way to eat it, Mytros.
I can't have an unmarked bag of
Yeah.
fish heads, a brown bag of fish heads.
Yeah,
I'm thinking there's like a festival where you come where there's just you bring your own stick, It's like BYOS, and then you just stab into things. And,
Whatever you can fit on your stick, that's free.
yep.
You're getting a bleak picture of a young Delta with a fish head on a stick standing under the shadow of the Colossus of her father.
One day, Dad. One
Yeah,
day.
wondering why did they dress him in a kilt? Right.
It's so lifelike.
Oh, he requested that.
Oh,
Of course he
Makes
did.
a lot of sense.
Straddling the harbor. Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
offered to pose and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. So to the Satyr's Tail with our fish heads on sticks.
What time of day is this?
It's
at this point?
probably getting after your shopping and exploration. It's probably getting into like mid-afternoon, probably like a 2 or a 3 in the afternoon. And with that, the Satyr's Tail is actually fairly crowded. So as you walk in, there's it's thick with smoke. Got various smells, most unpleasant. Fish head
Stinks
smells.
here in the
and-
satyr's tail.
yeah.
Packed.
A lot of
too.
the patrons here look to be half orcs for the most part, or have some type of orcish lineage, and others are obvious sailors. They're obvious people that just work the harbor.
Are they satyr
and it's-
sailors?
No satyrs.
No?
No satyrs. Okay. Half orcs and
A
satyrs.
lot of the
Sailor's Tale,
patrons.
Sailor's Tale.
Yeah. No. But it's tough to get through the tavern without bumping into somebody or tripping over somebody inebriated. That's the type of place that it is.
It feels like the type of place where you watch your shit too. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah,
So.
I'm gonna be actively watching out for that stuff.
Okay.
I'll try.
Give me a perception check, Nyrix.
Sure. Ooh, that's pretty good. That would be 21.
Oh, 21. Okay. So not only are you keeping a very good eye out on your shit and everybody else's, you take a quick sort of inventory of the scene here in the Satyr's Tale, and there looks to be somebody running the place who is he's an older man. He's human, but he just looks to be like kind of scuzzy and dirty looking. It's like the guy you would expect to be running this place is running it.
Okay. And is running it from behind the bar, like from the back room? Oh, from
behind the bar. But you see like he's kind of coordinating, walking out to some of the tables, handing out. It seems like most people here are drinking, not many are eating. Look like they're coming here to sort of drink to forget, almost that kind of thing.
Is it clear like how many staff he has, like support for him? Or is it just him, or are there people?
It looks like it might be just him. You do notice there might be like one person going in and out of the back that could be serving some of the food, which is mostly fish based. But it looks like he's pretty much running the joint on his own. You do also notice one other individual of note. There is actually a satyr in here. It's somebody up on a really crude stage who is providing music for the tavern. He's got some panpipes.
Is he good?
Am
I as a bard going, oh, this guy's pretty good?
You as a bard are not impressed at all.
Oh, okay. So it's just right. Okay.
Kyros is proficient in the pan flute.
Yeah.
In an instrument proficiency as an outlander.
Should go up there and show them how it's done, Kyros.
I did forget that I play the lyre.
Yeah.
Most of the Lord sailors to their death, but
that makes sense.
I mean, there's a
played
table.
The lyre with Stella too.
One of the tables is occupied by an obvious crew. There's like a half orc, like captain, who's got a number of sort of rowdy sailors all gathered about a larger table that are drinking. They're sort of laughing and conversing loudly, and then there's a table in the back, sort of in the shadows of the place, where two people are sitting and talking quietly and sort of gauging you and others as they walk in and walk out.
Do we want to elbow our way up to the bar?
Sure. So is there a place to sit? Or is there not?
You could probably find some.
Let's grab a table.
People are moving out of the way of the 7-foot lion man.
Yep, that's right. Everybody, keep it close.
I'll let Kyros get the drinks, and
I have to actually bend down a little bit to elbow people out of my way, but
I call it directly in the way.
There you go. Just
that's the way to do it.
I keep it. If you create a behind my fan of javelins, I think we can mighty ducks this. Just flying V through.
We can mighty ducks this. I'm in it.
It's a good verb.
I would like to remind Delta that, especially if it will make it less warm for you or cooler for you, that I can do the whole see the unseen thing. So, like, if you need anything seen that's not seen, or magic or stuff like that, I can just do that. So, just finger guns, just finger crossbows, just letting you know, I can do that.
Finger hand crossbow,
Yes.
of course.
Terribly inefficient. They have the loading property. Go ahead, sorry.
Thanks, Kyros. We know.
Like what can you see?
I can detect when evil otherworldly things are around. I can detect magic things. I can see far off places. I can tell if we're on the right track or not, whether or not things will go well for us or not. So just, Oracle stuff. So, if you need any Oracle stuff or not, whatever, don't worry about it. It's fine. So just let me know, though, if you need it.
Could could you see if we're like on the right path or things will go well for us? I don't know. I feel
Well, those are best treated if I have direct questions. So if we can determine some questions, I can kind of ask if they'll go well. I think augury is very weird to me. I don't know what it does other than Jay uses it really well.
Bet you need entrails or birds for that.
No questions.
No questions.
Those are birds.
If you look at birds are listed in, I think, on the official.
Are you
definitions.
offering your entrails, Nyrix?
No, not the
happening here?
entrails
Oh,
of birds.
oh,
You will
oh.
be
I probably
watching
have a lot of fish
behavior of
entrails.
birds.
If anybody needs
Yeah.
fish
Yeah.
guts,
yeah, I was gonna say I can get some
Oh,
entrails.
rooting around in this bed. Oh no.
Right.
Entrails
yeah,
on
I'm
a
sure. Sure,
Doesn't need
entrails are like
entrails.
a dime a dozen in this hood.
Yeah, right.
Need to be entrails. I
The guys
can do
scope-
entrails.
The guys scoping us out in the back, are they like giving us the fisheye really, or are they just? Yeah, big 7-foot lion man commands attention. I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you guys are known throughout the city too, right?
We are the
You
Jews.
have
right.
sort of this underground, like people know who the Chosen are now. So I'm guessing a number of people in the bar probably just recognize you on sight.
Now, I have a question. Does that mean, does Delta have a notoriety attached to us as well? And does our presence then maybe tip off theirs? And I'm not.
I don't
trying
know.
to set us up for
Yeah,
disaster.
yeah. I don't know
just
that you
wondering
would have
if
gotten
that's
that.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Good.
wouldn't have gotten that yet from any of the interaction that you've had with the general populace.
Just hoping we're not.
You are all
spoiling it.
recognized as the Chosen, but they don't necessarily, not everybody knows like
Who's in the band?
backgrounds or
Right.
where you've come from or your personal stories. It's just
Okay, cool.
you're recognized for being who you are.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, and Delta's tried to keep a pretty low profile, even outside of the city. So people might not necessarily connect the dots between the kind of like local helping Medusa that is being framed and part of the one that's in the Chosen.
Another 5 levels of fame, and you probably wouldn't be able to get away from that.
Yeah.
It'd be at the point where it's
Right.
like, oh, everybody knows. Yeah, but at this point, maybe those connections as
Cool.
in general haven't been made yet.
What's the vibe of the guys in the back table? Like, just you said they look a little observant. Do they look sketchy? Do they look?
They stand out a little bit. So you notice that they're both human, both men, and they actually look somewhat similar. You suspect maybe there's some relation there, but they stand apart from the rest of the crowd. That they're not like going over the top inebriated. They're sort of like sipping on their ale or whatever, conversing in quiet and sort of just scoping the joint out, as opposed to like the table of rowdy sailors who are spilling ale everywhere and being very loud and over the top like much of the other patrons here.
Right. And is there a sense of there being private rooms here available, or is it just the one room? Okay.
No, yeah, it's just the one place. There is
No.
no touch of upscale at all to the Satyr's Tale.
Right.
It is literally the butthole of a satyr almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Love the decor. Very hairy.
Don't
Very
touch
hairy
the
in
walls.
here.
Yeah, don't touch the wall.
Pink
Yeah,
paint, unusual
or
color.
the ceiling or anything.
All right,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Sort of an installation, I guess. my question is, if we're going to do any of this augury, do we want to do it in a crowded room full of strangers who could overhear us? That's all.
Did I
Or not.
learn from Ambrosia the like type of people that I should be like? In the cult of snakes, is it typically humans? Is it typically,
Yeah, unknown, unsure. Yeah,
mixed bunch? Okay.
she wouldn't have had any details. She would just know that there are rumors of, members of the cult coming and going from the Satyr's Tail. They use it as sort of a place of operations for communication or whatever, right? But she's not.
Yeah.
She wouldn't put it past like maybe Julius being tied into all of that activity since they use that place. But outside of that, she wouldn't be sure.
So they're not like the Zents that, walk around presenting
and, like, you
Zent.
can point them out. Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, they do a really good job of like staying underground. Like for her to even have that information that she had was pretty
like a
impressive
big
for her to
deal.
come by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that not a good thing for a crime organization to do?
Stand out.
Talk about how many rings they got?
Yeah. Oh, I see you're wearing the uniform of the Cult of Snakes. Are you a member?
What's the whole idea of the Thieves Guild being a ridiculous notion as far as Fritz Leiber was concerned? And it's become wholesale adopted by RPGs. Hello, we're thieves, and this is our headquarters.
Yeah.
So do we want to? So you're going to the bar, Kyros. Do you want to get a table?
I was just
Yes.
I'll sit at a table. I was just going
To
I was
get
just trying
the bar.
to to get
Right.
in.
Well,
So
I
that-
will get a table if we want to do that. But I'm curious about these two guys in the back. So, do we think we should sit by these guys?
I'm
Thoughts?
Grab a
Really?
table closer to the guys in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Heroes, you walk up to the bar.
Yeah, I'll just get everybody drinks. What's everybody?
Scruffy old man's like, "Oh, one of the chosen show up, huh? I suspect you expect free drinks. Yeah, not gonna happen, pal. Pay up." He's
Okay.
immediately belligerent with you.
Yeah, I'll have a Michelob Ultra, and then I'm gonna guess. Oh boy,
It's a Mytros Ultra.
a Mytros Ultra. What does I would have gotten drink orders before I came up. What does everybody want to drink?
We only got one thing. It's ale. He just hands you 4 ales.
4 ales it is. Do you know if I'm not even gonna ask? Here is the appropriate amount of coins.
It's probably like 4 copper or something.
Okay.
It's like really cheap ale. It's
And
the
one,
point is to drink it and get inebriated.
right?
So.
And one for your trouble. God, I hope this is low carb. Just excuse me. They only serve ale. Sorry, everybody. I like beer. I don't want
It's-
ale.
That's
Think-
that's kind of normal
Beer
around
is
here.
ale.
So you like it?
Yeah, this is fine. I'm pretty sure he's spitting it, but I think that makes it light.
No, I
beer.
think
So.
Oh no, the spit would cost extra.
Oh.
okay. This musician's really terrible, isn't he?
I don't think he's playing at his best when most of your crowd is inebriated. You tend to not try very hard.
Corners. Right.
I hadn't noticed. Just sounds like haters to me.
I'm gonna go over and ask the guy if I can sit in with him and play with him.
Oh, you want to play with the?
I want
Satyr?
to try and enhance his musical experience. I want to try and lift him up, and not in any sort of condescending way, but in a supportive way.
Yeah. Okay. I guess he would be. He probably would be open.
He's
to it.
okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're the chosen after all.
Yeah. He's like, sure. If it gets me a couple extra like drunken coin tossed into my hat.
Here,
at the edge
I
of the
give
stage
him
or
I give
whatever.
him the ale that Kyros gave me. I say, here, why don't you
Oh.
drink this? Get yourself primed up a little bit, and I'll do an intro, and you jump in where you can.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Do you want to
I'll
do a
start
performance check?
Sure.
He'll I guess he'll assist you on his panpipes. So I guess is that advantage?
Sure.
Like
Thank
a
you.
band thing.
Yeah, it's a band thing. It's backing me up. So yeah, it's a 19 to start. Warming up, feeling up the crowd.
Okay.
It's a 12 on the die. So, but I have a +7. So yeah,
I
I'll
would
just go ahead.
I would say that as you start to play together, it's like you get the sailors' attention. Like they're like, oh, about time, some good music to go with a good drink. So they're into it.
Cool.
You get a look of disdain from the guys in the back.
Oh, really? The guys were scoping us?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna start playing. Song about the Lady of Coin
All right.
and how mysterious and what a singular, like, sort of sneaky, like,
Okay.
kind of like a McCavity song, like about how she's Cruella de Vil, like nobody knows who they are and they're slinking around, and if only it was known who they were, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
As soon as you start singing about that, one of the two guys gets up and slides out a side door.
Can I follow stealthily?
You want to follow him? Sure.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check. Is it just you, or is anybody going with you?
Do you want backup?
Yes, but I am trying to stealth.
She's trying to stealth.
I'm hoping to provide an opportunity to cover for your stealth. So if I can play like more dramatically as I see Delta
okay.
move to maybe give advantage to create a musical distraction so they can slip out unseen. More readily.
You can have advantage, Delta.
Okay.
At least when it comes
Yay.
from the perspective of the people in the bar.
Right.
I
That's
stealth.
a dirty 20.
Okay, good.
Dirty
I
20.
stealth as good as Gale, if that's any reference.
Naya would probably be my top choice if
Okay.
she's
I
any
will.
good at.
Okay, yeah. So Naya, go with. I'll kind of be.
If somebody could keep an eye maybe on the guy that's still there, because only one of them left.
I'll hold down the table.
Sure. I'll message cantrip you while we're playing, and you can Delta as you're slipping out. I'm like, and go now, kind of thing. But if you say that back to me, I'll make sure that Kyros has an eye on these guys, and I'll try and watch from the. I don't know what the spatial arrangement is. If I can see everything from the stage, or if it's the table's tucked behind me, or okay, cool. So I can eyeball everything. Great.
Yep. You got a good view from the stage.
So between the two of us, we can cover it pretty well.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, and so Naya, are you going with Delta? Was that the plan?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, so the two of you slip out, and unnoticed.
I use as my
completely
cover that we're both going to the bathroom together, because even in Mytros,
Of course.
that's
Right.
true.
Suddenly, you both have little handbags that you take with you.
Yeah. Right.
Hang on.
Okay.
Where there
So
were
you
none
Kyros,
before.
watch the table.
Their powder.
You
I
two
cover everyone's drink.
Right. I totally had that image.
Oh, and then your
So
fur is getting into
Just-
the drinks.
It's
Oh.
better than anything else. My fur is beautifully clean. I clean in a superior way.
That's the main cleaning mechanism, is the paw too. So like it's probably the most
cleanest.
scrubbed, right?
Mhm. Probably wouldn't the least. Oh no, I guess you can get it with. I'm thinking as you get closer to the paw, there's negligence there though, right?
2 hands? Come on, you got a tongue too.
Right. Well, that's true.
Tongue. I mean, tongue is the, we know. how
Lion
to do
man
it.
tongue, the taste of lion
Right.
man tongue in your ale. Yeah.
Gives a little
yeah.
zing, I would imagine.
So Delta, Naya, the both of you, just disappear. Right, nobody even notices that you've left the satyr's tail, and you're hot on the trail, stealthy enough to follow this individual back to the harbor district.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
I
a
no.
want
long way.
you both to make perception checks for me. Once this individual gets to the harbor district, he starts to get a little shifty and shady, ducking in and out of behind buildings and such, and using what is obvious deep knowledge of the layout of the harbor district.
Well, I hope Naya's perception is better than mine because I got a 9.
I rolled unexceptionally for me because it's my passive, but I rolled a 17.
Oh, okay.
I hope they're not going
Okay.
to be fishmongers without me.
A 17 was the DC. So,
Good job.
and so
Nice.
you are able to just barely keep up with this guy as he sort of follows this odd pattern of in and out of buildings, maybe jumping a fence here or there, ducking under some stuff. And you see him, he's leading you straight to the Colossus of Pythor. And when he gets there, he disappears into one of like the drains, like some of the water system that would be underneath the statue.
Oh. Is there like a grate that he's got to like move out of the way or anything that would be?
Let me double check. Actually, so do you want to go investigate more closely?
Yeah.
You guys want to approach the Colossus of Pythor. Okay, so you approach it, and actually what you can tell is it looks like there is a drainage system that it looks like he went into, but actually you look up and directly in the foot of into one of the feet of the Colossus, there looks to be an outline of this small circular cut that looks like it can be shifted, almost as if it's some type of door to be opened to get into the structure itself.
Okay.
So it's
the
like,
flavor...
he didn't go into the water system at all underneath the statue. He literally went into the thing.
To flavor how I was able to keep up with this guy, it's because I wasn't following him. I was following this murmuration of sparrows that seemed very foretelling in this direction.
Okay, all right.
Nice. Birds.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm with you, Delta.
Do you think we should get the others first?
If you do.
It seems like
I'm not sure whether or not we're afraid of this guy or not. So, but if we feel we know where he's going and that was the goal, then yes, I think we can get the others.
It seems like this might be, like a hideout of sorts. So before we get too trapped in a dead end, it might be a good idea to get some muscle.
Oh yes, I do not have many of them.
Get off on the right foot.
You're going to head back to the Satyr's Tail?
Yes, although... Yes, though if you would like to not return to the Satyr's Tail, we can just get within 120 feet of it, and I can whisper the boys out.
Oh, that works, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of... Kyros,
So cut back to the Satyr's Tail, and Kyros still holding down the drinks, and Nyrix up on stage playing with the satyr.
How's it going? Are they still digging the show?
Yeah. Yep.
Is
Show's
the
going good.
satyr rising to the occasion? Is he feeling a little better about things?
Yeah. He's a little more motivated to play.
I'm sure the ale helped.
He really appreciates the opportunity to do the panpipe solo that you allowed him to do.
Absolutely. You got to work with the instrumentation elements you have in front of you, right?
Right. So you're up on stage and playing, and you're coming towards the end of the set, and you're getting this whispered message from afar.
Message that
Great.
we track them down, and we can meet up and
Where you are?
find them.
Okay. I message back. Great, we'll be out in a sec. And I message to Kyros. You are allowed to drink those 2 ales if you want them, as we're gonna go.
Slam a couple beers. Put
Couple
2
road sodas.
yeah, just a couple road sodas. Put 2 copper on the table. Look at the table again. Take one of them back, and then walk out.
Yes.
Okay.
The other dude who was with the guy who left, they're still there and they're watching us. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, I would like to ask him alone to make a wisdom saving throw as I work into my song a hold person spell.
Oh boy.
It's DC, 15? Hold, don't get up. Hold, stay.
I've
where
rolled a
you
natural
are.
3. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure.
He's held. He's transfixed by the song and by my end coda. And I sort of lean over to the satyr and I'm like, all right, you got him in your hands. I'm going to step out. And I sort of leave without calling too much attention to myself so that he can, maintain the stage.
How long does hold person last?
I believe it lasts up to a minute. Let me just see. Yeah, up to a minute. So I'm concentrating as I leave, watching Kyros drink the drinks. I'd like to try and stealth out if possible.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an option.
Group stealth check for you and Kyros. Great.
I will duck into an alley to ritually cast augury, by the way, while we're waiting for them to gather their stuff.
Okay.
I was going to suggest just that thing.
I got a 13, so probably not
11.
too stealthy.
13 and 11.
It's not too bad. People are drunk.
It's not awful. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. It seems to be good enough. You're generally unnoticed as you leave, and certainly the guy that, I imagine that guy's in the back. He's like eyeing you, went to sip his beer. Like,
Right when he looks down.
Yeah, right. It was strategically done. So
right.
Okay, so you guys slip out and you join Naya and Delta in the alley.
Great. What happened?
So how does this augury go down?
So yes, I'm asking if we investigate the foot, will it go good or bad? Basically, that's augury is just wheel or woe, pretty much.
Oh man.
Or heel or toe in this instance.
This is a DM killer. I mean, if we do it right, it'll go woe every time. So
there is the cop-out answer of good and bad.
Yes.
Right? Is that?
And you don't have to account for anything that might go wrong, but
just if everybody dies, you have to throw a magic item on top of the pile like a cherry.
Yeah.
On its face, I am essentially asking, will we find what we want if we go to the foot? So if you would rather answer that question instead of whether or not it will go well or not.
What are you intending to find? What is your
well, I suppose answers to Delta's pursuit.
If not the Lady of Coins, then at least her cult that could possibly lead us to her.
I would say your result is wheel.
Okay. I'll gather up my items, my fish entrails or whatever it is. It could literally be anything. It's sticks,
yeah.
But yeah.
You're gonna want to clean that up quickly because otherwise you might get customers. I mean, unless you're into that,
There's a little kid that walks up. I'll take one.
just saying sailors are a superstitious bunch, so they'll take a opportunity.
That's what makes them so easy to lure against rocks. I'm made of water, so I wash up pretty easily.
Oh, I thought you were like dealing, like at the end of dealing. Like, I've been your dealer.
Do you lure people to the sailors to death too? My family would do that too sometimes.
Oh, something in common.
I just had no
Every
idea.
holiday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go out to the coast.
I crashed on a boat to get here.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Look at the time.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
My mom's here. I gotta bail.
Yeah. Whoa. For a water spirit, that's pretty funny. You got to bail.
Yeah. You have to bail after I crash against the rocks.
Oh man.
You
Okay.
didn't hear any music before you crashed, Kyros?
I don't remember. Is that part of it?
Yeah. Where exactly did you crash?
A place.
I playing on
haven't-
that cliff that
I
day?
haven't worked that out yet. We'll talk about it later. Let's go to this foot.
Right. Sure.
Okay, so you're heading back to the Harbor District, back to the Colossus of Pythor, and there it stands, mightily before you. Taking a second glance at the Colossus, you notice that so the sort of secret entrance, if you will, you found in the left foot of the Colossus. In the right foot is actually a circular door that looks to be the standard way for people to enter or exit the Colossus if they would.
It's
need
the
to.
right way to enter.
It is the formal entrance. It's the right way. Inspiration.
Now, is there actually like is he holding a torch? Like, is there anything to service in here, or just it's structurally to get around and if anything needs to be inspected or repaired? Like, is it just?
The statue itself is standing and it's grasping a spear or a javelin with both hands like that, and it also has one on its back.
Only
Maybe
one.
Kyros. I think it's appealing to Kyros' sense of ownership.
Just one? Is that what you said?
I did.
Yeah, just one.
Just one.
But
Amateur.
But yeah, I mean the legs, the body, everything is certainly wide enough that it could contain some type of
multitude.
things that need maintenance or.
Well, also here's the thought. What is known of the lore of this? Like, is this an automaton?
Yeah, this
It's
thing,
just-
according to
so you
legend,
get
it can
inside
be
and-
automated to. Yeah, I mean whether that's manually or magically, you're not sure, but the legend
Probably a
is that
mix.
it can be animated to do things, protect the city.
If they're smart,
But it's not like a tourist.
No,
They don't
no,
get to
it's
take,
not like people are waiting to get inside.
yeah, they don't get to
Colossus.
take the Gundam out.
No, and in fact, the standard entrance looks to be locked.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, it's probably just for
Well, we'll
maintenance.
need Andromeda to be able to drive this because I'm obviously the blue one.
Right.
Delta's the green one.
Hilarious.
Kyros, you're the gold one, obviously.
Thank you.
Black is Nyrix.
Oh,
See, we need red.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
me
cursed.
in the rogue gear.
No, green
Oh,
is the
that's true.
snake.
Oh,
I'll switch. I'll take green. I like green too. If you want it, we can be alternates. High five.
trade.
I'm
We
clearly,
could mix it up. We could be half and half. We don't have to be absolute monochromatic,
I'm
right?
clearly the comic relief / heart of the team. That's yellow, obviously.
I'm the doomed Oracle, blue. every
Blue,
time.
the classic,
Yep.
classic trope.
Classic anime trope.
Yep. I like it.
Very good.
So
So,
well, everybody make their rolls to work their limbs. Let's see how we do.
Just gonna immediately
So to get
fall into
inside.
the water.
I'm the right shin.
You all fall into the water and drown. That's the end. Well, thanks everybody.
Good
That's
game.
you. I'm the only one who doesn't drown. So
Oh, that's
Boom.
true. Yeah, you're just perpetually.
Oh, and we
I
have
also
that.
can,
Don't
I
we
can
have
hold
the
my
thingy?
breath for like an hour or two, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Great.
Okay.
You're all at the
Oh.
level where you don't immediately drown. Perfect.
Okay, so should we go into this into the left foot?
yes.
So you want to avoid the actual main
left-handed
entrance and head over to that secret entrance
Yes.
that Delta and Naya found. Okay. So yeah, so this is like it's a covered up small hole that looks to have been bored through the sole of the Colossus's foot. And
So this is aftermarket too. This was not originally built here.
That
as a
voids the
hidden
warranty.
entrance. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Jailbreak
Yeah,
this.
so you guys are gonna enter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's heading in first?
Now, Delta.
Could I head in first and kind of stealth ahead a little bit to?
Oh, you're gonna stealth in, and then the
Yeah.
others will
Boost.
follow. Okay.
I don't wear
make
shoes, so I can pad along silently afterwards if you need me to.
Right.
Can
Make
either
a
of you
stealth check for me, Delta.
see
Okay.
in the dark? I hope.
Can you see in the dark? Yeah.
I cannot. So if you would like to go ahead of me,
Do I have?
Delta might be able to.
Well, we saw a human go in later, so I'm sure it's fine. I'll come up third.
I
Sure,
do
sure.
have dark vision
Okay,
though, if it makes
good,
a
okay.
difference. Okay, that is going to be a 19.
19.
19.
It's a pretty good roll.
It's Paul Hardcastle.
I do have a +5 to it, so it's
Shazam.
All right.
God, you are a rogue.
You stealthily move in before the rest of the crew into the foot. You just get up to the entrance, and I feel like we're close to time, so maybe we'll just leave that as a cliffhanger.
But
So
It's-
next time when we play the Colossus of Pythor, we'll figure out what happens.
but
Right? Doesn't that make sense? It's like the perfect. I mean, you can't.
no,
have to start-
no, I
It
respect
needs-
it.
I mean, if we get Andromeda back, it'll be even better. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
She'll come in
Maybe
first.
Andromeda comes running up.
Yeah.
She's
You know,
Wait.
you guys really aren't that stealthy. I obviously found you.
Well,
now
the
she has
bird, the bird
a
could have been
cheetah,
tracking
a
us.
bear.
Nicodemus. Right. It's a whole zooming out. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been rounding up all of the defendants, the escapees, defending them in court
Collected them
with
all.
her knowledge of Amazonian law practice.
She pilots the wrecked mecha,
Yeah.
and we'll be fine. She'll come save us.
That mecha, that must be weird going into a statue of your father's foot.
yeah, it's
I'm sure that
it
would
feels,
give
it feels appropriate to me, though. It feels
some
appropriate.
cause for cliffhanging, I think.
I still don't know why they thought it had to be anatomically correct. Like it just seems.
I'm sure he insisted on it.
unnecessary.
Maybe it's one of the functions. We
Yeah.
haven't seen the thing operate, so
Oh, no.
True.
maybe that's how they make more of them. We just need to find.
Oh, wow.
Who knows?
Starts by lifting its battle skirts at them. to
Yeah.
intimidate dragons.
Or maybe he's got a moon move, like he turns
Mhm.
around and there's like a
Then you,
prismatic spray or something. I don't know.
you dump the
Sure.
other Colossus's books, and then
Yeah. Right, exactly. Get up, enter bully mode.
Take that, Rhodes.
It's like push.
dump his books, Rhodes.
He uses the harbor to give someone a swirly. It's like,
Yeah, now
Yeah.
that we say all this, I need to get out of this foot as soon as possible.
ooh, yeah.
give him a hot
I'm
foot.
thinking that
Get
it's
set it on
like
fire with heat metal.
the sound of Pythor's voice just echoes throughout the whole interior of this thing.
Oh, like
It's
any,
like his
any
common
echo that-
sayings or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like a
Oh, I
recorded audio tour that just keeps going
Yeah, yeah.
over and over again.
I was imagining that if like anyone speaking in there, the echo would come back in his voice.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
That would be freaky as
God.
fuck. And then
It's like-
now I'm wondering, is it somehow like that movie that what's her name was in, Anne Hathaway, where maybe it's like it puppets him? Like if we operate the mech, will it operate your father? Move him around.
It's like a voodoo doll-esque type of thing or something.
Kind of sympathetic magic kind of thing.
I just really want now, like, I think for next time,
Pythor
enter a
puppet.
certain part of the Colossus, and it's like, welcome to my loins. This is the best place.
Like an
Eject.
X car.
Where's the eject button?
No, you don't want to eject from that
I'm
place.
just-
Do not. Not without a helmet.
Shoot out his butt. It's fine. Just let me out.
But for
Yeah.
For anybody who's played Portal 2, I feel like it's real Cave Johnson's like voiceovers, where it's a lot of off-script stuff of like, what's this for again?
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to my lord.
head.
Did you see my feet?
Listen, I already escaped from those. I don't need to go back.
Escape from there. You don't know what it was like in there. The other ones, you don't want to know.
Wow.
Siblings.
Real competitive situation.
Okay. Note to myself: no Delta flashbacks.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But like Nemesis from the backstory coming to like settle scores, maybe.
I'm like, what in the world? Okay. All right. Hey, any shout outs or what are we doing? Let's wrap this thing.
Like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, ding a bell, click a thing, renew that.
I'd like
Amazon
to shout
subscription.
out the new show, Grace Fall. If
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
hasn't started watching it, they should. Just start it. So
Now's the perfect jumping on point. A new episode 1 every other week.
Yep, that's the plan.
That's right. Okay.
Let's see. Tomorrow, Martha and the Mandos, episode 1. If you'd like to jump on our new Star Wars show with the return of Azuli from Galaxy in Revolt and some excellent characters created by Liz and Jay. As mentioned, Gracefall, episode 1. It was a super fun time. Check that out. Star
And
Chase.
thank you, Garrett, for dropping all those gift subs. In
Yes,
episode
Garrett. Thank you. Yeah.
Each of those were inspiration for Lutheria and Sidon
Yeah,
in
great.
this campaign.
And
I didn't happen to mention that at the time, but now I
and
might
the-
as well throw it out there.
and the
So-
5 Tarasques that are in the encounter
and
builder.
the 5. That's their pets.
Oh, great.
That's great.
Right.
Star Chasers this week with special guests Liz and Dan,
right.
reprising their roles as Nella and Vinny.
Oh boy.
And if
God,
you're new,
the crowbar's
that'll be a
coming
real
back.
treat. So
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to end well for Storm.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, like and subscribe. Clearly, we have so much quality content. Thank you so much for anyone watching, anyone who does like and subscribe. We really, really appreciate it. And that's all I have.
And I think come back here in maybe like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Right? Short hiatus for us, but
Another little hiatus, but I think the 22nd is when we're planning on coming back. Is that right? So
Yes.
Okay, I think that's accurate.
yeah. But follow us on Twitter, Laugh INN Dragon. If not, for sure it'll be there at least the night before, and then in the morning. So
I think episode 15, Pythor's parts.
great, great, and great.
Right?
I just remembered I can't make it.
Oh, we're not playing anymore. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whenever you schedule that episode, I can't make it for that one.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
strange. It's a temporal anomaly that I'm in.
Don't worry, it'll probably be a short episode.
Very good.
Oh,
Very good.
well done. Well done, Nyrix. I
It
heard
could be Pythor's undercarriage because we're going under.
No, stop helping.
No.
This isn't helping.
You know what? Now you're getting those flashbacks.
Oh no!
Say it. Say it. Taint so. Sue.
Oh.
Yep.
It's just Kyros catches fire.
Oh, no. Wait, he was inflammable, all but also flammable.
But he's also
Right.
flammable. It's just it's a
Right.
real conundrum.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
If we do have flashback episodes, we should definitely have the moment when Kyros' ship wrecks. And we can verify if any siren fuckery or nymph fuckery was
Yeah.
inadvertently happening. Like, I rehearsed
Surprisingly, it
the
was.
clip. Whoops! Oh,
It was both.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It crashed in the middle between
Well,
a warring.
one is
Yeah.
cursed,
Yeah.
one is doomed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
Naya was busy having a beach episode with, her fellow nymphs, and
I was brooding on a cliff, playing
Yeah.
some riff. Sounds good.
And Captain Autumn.
Good, everybody.
Captain Autumn said we only needed one lifeboat. So
Captain Autumn.
Like that.
We're running out of Chris Summers analogs.
Christopher Autumn.
Yep. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Later, y'all.